All right, we should be live. So let me hop into Facebook and take a look here. If you can see us, say hello in the comments. Let us know from where you're joining. We're going to hang out for a couple of minutes to give everybody a chance to find their way. And all right, let me open up the Facebook stream event here. It looks like we're live. Cool. I see us live in Facebook.
Awesome.
If you see us, say hello. I don't see any comments yet, so let's hang out, make sure that we are live. Once again, if you can see this, let us know. Say hi in the comments. Let us know from where you're joining. I believe I see us live here. All right, let me just double check something.
I see some comments coming in. Rob.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Yeah, quite a few flowing in. Okay, great.
Here we go. Cool. All right, a lot of people over in YouTube. All right, thanks for saying hi. See Texas, London. All right, so we've got an international audience here. Let us know from where you're joining. We're going to hang out for just a minute or two to give everybody a chance to get into the room. Coming at you from Chicago suburbs. Is it getting cold in Chicago yet? I'd imagine now's about the time.
Springs, Vancouver.
All right.
Miami. I'm here.
Tanzania.
Oh, wow.
Oh, awesome. Cool. California. Great. Yes, sadly. Sorry, Rob. Paris is in the house. Awesome. Baltimore. We're going to be up near Baltimore soon, right? We have another event.
December, yeah.
In December?
Mm-hmm.
1 hour north of Toronto. Effing cold in London, guys. Sorry to hear that. New Zealand's in the house. Awesome.
Wow, this is great.
Cool. Yeah, looks like we've got a good crowd. We can get into it. Let's hang out for one more minute and we'll get started. Again, if you're just joining, let us know from where you're joining. Say hi to the group. Looks like we're stabilizing. San Diego's in the house. We'll be in San Diego soon too in February. Right?
From Ireland said they won an award last week. I guess they must have been one of the award winners at Summit.
That's right. I remember Jason seeing him there. That was great to have you. Fantastic. Okay, cool. Well, let's hop into it. Thank you for joining us today. If you don't know me, I'm Chase Buckner, the Director of Product Marketing. If you don't know Wesley Williams, he is the Head of Marketing at HighLevel. Hopefully, if you were at the summit, hopefully we got to hang out or at least say hi. The reason that we're bringing everyone together today is because we don't want to happen next year what happened this year, right? Which is the event sold out so fast right at the end that a lot of people who wanted to come weren't able to come. And so we established a wait list and we wanted to give you all every opportunity that we can to get your tickets early for next year so that you don't miss out again, and at a discounted rate too. Wesley, this will be the cheapest that you'll ever be able to get tickets for next year's summit, correct?
Yeah, the cheapest was at last year's summit, but this will be the next opportunity.
Okay, fantastic. So let's take a quick recap of what happened this year at the summit, and then we'll get into the special offer that we have for everybody. So let me share my screen real quick. We have a couple of visuals. Oh, whoops, not that.
Some great photos, and there's some good stuff in there, yeah.
Screen share. Okay, awesome. Everybody can see my screen? And hopefully, is there an option to share with sound? Did I miss that? Let me try one more time here. Screen share, window, to share audio, share a tab instead. Got it. All right. Let me move that back. Sorry, folks. Give me 1 second here. I just want to make sure that you'll be able to hear the video when I share it. All right, share. Wesley's actually at a conference right now, so there's a little commotion going on that you can see there. Oops, and I forgot to share with sound. So one more time and I'll get it, I'll promise. Present, share, tab, also share sound. Here we go. Okay, cool. So if you were able to join us last year or this year, just a couple of weeks ago now, you probably had a great time, right? We all did. It was absolutely insane. If you want to read some of these comments, testimonials, feedback that we'd done, we went bigger this year. We had about 1,000 people there. It was at the same venue, which is the Statler, which is an incredible historic hotel in Dallas that's so cool for events. And we really ramped it up. We went bigger and better. And here is...
I'm just getting started. Pulling through a target. Yeah. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. You people don't even know. No. I'm just getting started. Yeah. Pulling through a target. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new level. Those people don't even know. Don't even know. I'm just getting started.
Awesome.
Oh my gosh, that ending clip of, I think that was Justin Rondeau on the dance floor, is absolutely hilarious. So as you can see, we had a very good time, right? Every day is packed with events. I think we kicked it off day one. There was a VIP event, Wesley.
Yes, whenever they checked in, there was a special VIP event, and then there was kind of an open networking for everybody. But I think, if you look at it, it's structured with a good mix of content, but at the same time, you want to make sure there's plenty of opportunities for everybody to get together, have a good time, and just create that unique experience.
Absolutely. So let me skip to the next slide here, and we can talk about sort of the format. So as you can see, we had an incredible lineup of speakers at this event. And the way the event goes is there's a big main room where we have our keynotes. There's typically 2 a day. It's also where we do the Level Up event. And then we have breakout rooms, which is pretty cool because at certain points in the event, it becomes sort of a choose your own adventure where you'll see, okay, this is happening. There's a panel in the main room, and then there'll be two or three breakout rooms where speakers are happening across a variety of topics. So maybe you're really into, funnel building and website building. You might want to make sure you go see Gustenson, for example, did a really great talk on that, versus maybe you want to see somebody talk about sales. And so you kind of get to choose your own adventure, which I think is awesome. And I think we'll keep that format next year, Wesley, right? It works pretty well.
It does. And I think it's a good mix wherein the keynotes are a little bit bigger picture, and then the breakouts were that more tactical component. So it's a good mix. It's a smaller setting. You can do the more tactical side, or you can, in the keynotes, you have that large, big picture, very inspirational type speakers. So it's a format that works.
Yeah. And the room itself, the big room, this year, last year, it was sort of, the main stage, big screen up there. This year, the whole space was a screen, essentially. Yeah. And at certain points, it was so cool for me because I wasn't as involved this year as I was last year with the planning. Thankfully, thank you to the events team. So a lot of it was a surprise for me. And I remember at one point seeing Hailey, our mascot, fly all the way around the entire room. Like he went across the wall, across the stage, across the other wall. And I was just blown away. Like, wow, this is like a 360 screen, essentially.
It was cool because he was like he was speeding up as he was like fighting the force or whatever.
Yeah. It was very cool. And I know it's obviously so early in planning, we don't have very much hammered out. But I've heard whispers that we might even try a really cool new format in the main room next year. I don't know if you can tease anything there.
There is. Well, I'll save that, I guess, for a few slides here. I'll get into that, I guess, here in a little bit. But cool. Yes, you are correct. A new format.
So I put this slide together because I wanted to just give everyone an idea of what the parties are like, right? So every night we have a party. There's usually dancing robots. They're like 10 feet tall. It's incredible. This year we actually
video of the robots because it was raining outside when they were outside walking under umbrellas.
Yeah, through downtown Dallas. Hilarious. We have our now famous neon night. So the whole room is basically black lights. Everybody's glowing. There's all sorts of games. Like you can see foosball. There's ping pong tables. Everything is lit up neon. There's a DJ going on. And
we provided neon shirts for everybody.
That's right. Yeah.
Really made it cool. And we had face painting, neon face or body paint or whatever. So that was really cool.
Yeah. You can see the neon photo booth there where you can hop in, take pictures with your friends. Neon night was amazing. It ended up as just a huge dance party. Like, Sean was on the dance floor. Everybody's on the dance floor going nuts, having a good time. And then the second night, which you can see in the middle picture there, and I think that's actually Sean dead center on the dance floor. You can't keep him off the dance floor. Was a live concert. So that was something we've never done before, which was really cool. We had a live band playing. And everybody had a
And
blast.
they were awesome.
They were really good. I mean, they were a big piece band, right? There was like 20 people.
It was a lot. It was really, really cool. And what's funny is I think we have it in a video where all three co-founders, they're up on stage, they're singing with the band. It was really, really, really fun. It was cool.
It was really, really cool to have live music there. I don't know how we're going to top that next year, but we'll figure out a way. Don't worry. But yeah, I think the point is we spend the day networking and learning, and it is a really in-depth event. Don't get it misconceived. It's not one gigantic party. You're definitely going to learn. You're going to meet people who can help you on your high level journey. You're going to meet vendors that can shortcut things for you. But in the evenings, we do cut loose. And so each night we have something really cool planned. And it's really a great way to meet people, relax, confide in each other, learn from each other. I can't tell you how many people I've heard have connected, become partners in some way at the event. And so those events are really important for us as far as the evenings. And we really spare no expense on those. But let's talk about some of the vendors, because this is something that I think is really great. Typically you go to a show or event, and a lot of the vendors might not really be relevant to you. At the high level event, all of these vendors are specifically there for a reason, right? We
had a lot of comments from people about the vendors and the exhibitors and how important and the connections were. I thought this was really interesting, where a lot of times you go to conferences and you have exhibitors, people are trying to quickly make it past the exhibitors.
Exactly.
So here we had a lot of comments about how fired up they were to be able to meet some of these exhibitors face to face, and they all had special offers, or anybody that did something with them there, but lots of positive feedback about the exhibitors.
That's a great point. The vendor area is usually like a gauntlet that you try to get through as fast as possible when you're at an event. But at the summit, we literally have the opposite problem. When things are starting, people don't want to leave the vendor area. We have to go herd the cats, get them back into the main room because they're having too much of a good time hanging out with all the vendors.
Yeah.
So I think that speaks volumes to the quality of the exhibitors that we have at the events. And, they're all in some way there to help you shortcut your journey or level things up, scale your agency. So the vendors were absolutely awesome. I mean, some of the displays, some of them have podcast booths, different things going on, raffles, all sorts of cool stuff. That also sold out pretty quickly, right? So if you are a potential vendor, you should really, I don't know if those booths are available yet, if we're selling those yet, but definitely reach out.
Yeah, the current exhibitors get first right of refusal. And from what I understand, almost all, if not all of them, plan on returning. But if you have an interest, it is important that you reach out sooner rather than later.
Cool. Yeah. And again, we're reaching out as early as we can, because we do not want what happened last year, which was like, oh, I didn't get my ticket. It's like, we've been selling tickets for like 6 months. Where have you been? So here we are.
Yes.
Almost a full year before next year's event. So
yeah, I don't know if you saw that in the Facebook group. There was somebody, they were coming from, I can't remember where they were. So, they were overseas somewhere. Said, I'm buying my ticket, flying there, and I'm hoping to get in. And unfortunately, the fire marshal says you can only have so many people. So that's the problem.
That was so sad. I saw a couple of people do that, and it's like, I love the spirit of that, but it's not like a fake sold out thing. It's literally the building can only hold so many people, and Correct. They don't let us bring more people in. So don't procrastinate. If you want to come, get your ticket as soon as you can, because it does sell out.
Yeah, and the fire marshal bases it off of the number registered to attend. So that's basically the list. And so once you hit capacity, they're like, no more.
Yeah. So don't let that happen to you. We hate to turn people away, but at the end of the day, it's not our decision. And so let's talk about awards. So part of the summit is our award ceremony. This year was awesome to see so many more people that I remember last year saying, I'm going to be on that stage next year. And there they were up there getting an award. This year we had a new level to the award, which is cool, right? Last year it was like SaaSpreneur. If you hit 100 SaaS accounts, you got the award. This year we've seen those agencies level up to a place where they were getting, the platinum was how many?
500.
500 SaaS clients, which is incredible. Incredible achievement. The amount of recurring revenue. We announced it at the summit. If you didn't catch it, SaaSpreneurs collectively are about to hit $1 billion in generated revenue, which is absolutely mind blowing.
That's to them. That's not to us.
Right.
That's the cool part about it. That's the impact that's happening in their business.
Exactly. Unbelievable. And then again, this year, I saw so many people saying, I'm going to be on that stage next year. And I have no doubt that they are going to make it happen. So hopefully that's you. Hopefully we see you on stage next year. You get up on stage in front of everyone. You get your picture taken with the co-founders holding the award. It's a really cool part of the event. And it was so cool to see so many familiar faces up there on stage getting a SaaSpreneur award. We have another award that we call the Affiliateer, which is my personal favorite because the golden glow, the golden Moon Man Highly, these are actually made by the same people that make the MTV Moon Man. If you remember the MTV Awards, they sort of made that Moon Man statue famous. The same folks that make these Highly Awards. And so how do you get one of these, Wesley?
And heavy.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. And there's 3 different levels, and we on the website you can see there's different criteria to whether it be the SaaSpreneur or the Affiliateer. There's different levels based on the affiliates referrals and so forth. But we have these are big, meaty, and they come in this really cool box. So yeah, that was kind of a cool process to see all the winners in that area as well.
Yeah, so these are our Affiliateers. So these are our affiliates who hit certain tiers of commissions generated. And so we've got one right here in our comments, the high level queen herself. She's got, I think, probably a few of these things. They're heavy. They're super cool. Definitely a coveted award. Hopefully, if you don't know about the high level affiliate program, I don't know where you've been, but we pay 40% recurring commission lifetime. So It's an incredible way to make additional income for just recommending people to high level through your link. So if that's you, if you're on that path, we hope to see you on the stage next year getting one of the gold, silver, or bronze Highly Awards. Super cool statue for sure. All right, let's see. Next up, we've got some more testimonials there. There's tons of these. There's actually a bunch of really great recap videos that are being made on YouTube in the Content Army. So quick plug for that. If you haven't heard of the Content Army, go to gohighlevel.com/join the Content Army, join -the- you get it, where we pay people to make great content for the community. And there are 2 contests running about the summit where you could actually make $1,000 for making a recap video or a favorite features video from the summit. And so those recap videos are fantastic. So if you Google, High Level Summit recap, you'll see some of the videos that the communities have been making, breaking down all the events, their favorite part of it, reviewing the food, the hotel, all sorts of stuff. It's a great way to get an unbiased opinion of the event. And so,
and really though, if you look at, just comments like these, just were pulled out of Facebook. There's just comment after this is just a sampling, obviously, but there's just so many, and a lot of them is the same thing. It's their favorite one ever, the best experience, and that's really what we're trying to do, is to create a great learning environment, a great networking environment, but also create a unique experience, because through those experiences you have that shared bond that kind of part of the whole high level family, the ecosystem that we're trying to build. So lots of comments like this in the Facebook group, and it's cool that we have some on these slides.
100%. Ask anyone who's been there. You're seeing folks like, hi, Emily, who came all the way from New Zealand to be there. You'll get the sense that it's an event like none other, right? I've been to a bunch of events, and this is completely different. I think Robin, one of our co-founders, really has a creative mind for this type of thing. And it's always, how can we just blow our customers, our community members away with something that they've never experienced before? And that really is the ultimate goal. And I don't know how we're going to top it again next year, but we'll find a way.
So we may need rocket ships to the moon.
Exactly. It's getting to the point where it's going to have to get a little crazy, but we'll make it happen. So with that, Thank you for hanging out with us. We definitely want to make sure, and I'm going to have to zoom in on this somehow.
Well, and really, I think kind of the part of this is that we're really, as everybody knows,
Whoa.
you don't necessarily have to zoom in, but
Okay.
If what everybody knows is, historically speaking, we've had the all access and the VIP level. And, the VIP, I mean, both of these sold out in record time. We had a lot of people who were trying to get a VIP and then ended up getting an all access, and then they were trying to upgrade. And it was really an interesting process. And you never feel good telling everyone, we're sold out, so sorry. And a lot of events, they are selling tickets right up to the last day, trying to fill it as much as possible. And so, the great thing about the Statler is it becomes hotel high level,
Yeah.
but it doesn't seat, thousands and thousands and thousands of people. It has its capacity, and obviously we could, get a lot more people there, but we're just trying to create that unique experience as part of that community that we're building. And so it does limit us in some areas from the standpoint of the number of tickets. But so this year, and I'll kind of share a little bit here, kind of where, as we start going through some of these slides, where last year all we had was the all access and the VIP. This year, if you go to the next slide, this next year, we actually introduced a new ticket level, and that is our VIP Plus. And so, in essence, since we're focused on this experience side, we wanted to create an additional experience day. So it's VIP plus an experience day. So what will happen is, anyone that's a VIP plus ticket, they'll come a day earlier, they'll check in that evening. On that first day, we'll get up, we'll have breakfast. And this is also going to be this is going to be smaller, very intimate, 50, 75, something like that, individuals. So it's going to be a much smaller group. And so we'll get up that next morning. We'll go off site. We'll have a morning of networking, some special sessions. We may have a few guest speakers. It'll be with the leadership of HighLevel, as well as the co-founders will be there. So we'll have that morning experience. We'll have a lunch, and then that afternoon we'll have a very unique shared experience activity. Then we'll load up and we'll come back to the hotel just in time for the VIP networking party that kicks off the event for the rest of the attendees. So we added this additional ticket this year. So you'll have all access, VIP, and then VIP plus. So it's pretty cool type of ticket. We did introduce this on the last day of Summit that we were just at. And if you were to wait, like unfortunately a lot of people did, if you were to wait till the day or the week before Summit, this is what the tickets will end up running. At Summit, we did end up making some special offers. And here's our plan. I'll just kind of share with everybody, is that our plan is we want to make sure everybody who attended the Summit, or we're trying to attend it by getting on the wait list, that they have the opportunity to get a ticket before we start our marketing efforts to promote all the tickets and so forth. So this is a very small, I think we only sent invite out to 1,000 people or something like that, or maybe 1,200. It was a very small number of people that were even on this list, even on this webinar. And so we're really just trying to keep it within our community before we start broadcasting this out on a much larger basis. So even from whether we're in our Facebook group or in our internal communities, we're just trying to make sure everybody that's within our group, before we start marketing this, has the opportunity to get a ticket at the best possible price that we have. So if you look on the next slide, you'll end up seeing kind of how this is going to work. So you'll see at Summit, we introduced kind of a fast mover. And those were the ones that had the opportunity, if they moved the fastest, they would get the best rate. And then it just starts going from there. And then you can see where the VIP, you can see that the super early bird, that has sold out. I think there's about 4 tickets left for VIP super early, or excuse me, for the VIP plus super early bird, and then that will move to early bird. Early bird for VIP, I think, has around 10, and then I think there's around 15 or so tickets on all access. So pretty quickly, these will end up going to a kind of a standard rate, and then that's what they'll end up being through the end of the year. So everyone that attended, it's important you stay to Summit when you're there through the last session, because at that last session is where we made sure that we offered that fast mover. And if there's anybody on here that got one of those fast movers, obviously you can, might sound off a little bit in the comments, but that's where we offered that last mover. There are, like I said, just a few in these different categories before they end up going to early bird or to our regular rate. So if this is something you're interested in, we do have a URL here that will populate so you know. The way this works is once it hits that number, then it'll end up automatically moving. So if you go to order and you see the price is no longer available for super early bird or the early bird, just realize that those few tickets, those have sold out. So we've now moved to the next level. So Chase, are you able to post that link through there?
Yep. Let me throw up the old banner here. Okay, so there it is. So again, right now, here's where we're at. Hopefully we can see because it's kind of multi-leveled here. The super early bird all access is available right now at that link for $8.97. You can get an early bird VIP for $18.97, or if you want to go the VIP plus, you can get the super early bird for $3,397. These are going to blow out pretty quickly. Again, the folks on this webinar, you're here because you were on the wait list or a couple other circumstances, but we haven't started pushing this to the general public yet. We wanted to give you all the opportunity. I think Wesley made a really good point. And a lot of people ask me, so what's next year? You're going to have like 3,000 people? And I think the answer is we're never going to have that many, probably because we really like it in this intimate level, and you can't really get much bigger than we did last year and sort of lose that. So there's always going to be people who miss out. The tickets are always going to sell out pretty quickly. And again, if you haven't made it and you wanted to go, we're trying to give you every opportunity to get in before the mad rush of sales. So
yeah, and I will share, I think it's important to put on here, and you'll see when you go on there onto the site, but it's important to realize it's going to be at the same hotel. It's back at the Statler. The reason why is because of that uniqueness of the hotel. Mm-hmm. And so it's at the same hotel, but we are doing a completely different, we reinvented once again how we're going to do I can't share too much because we'll inevitably, Chase, you and I, we did our reveal last summer for the speakers and so forth, so there's some of these little things that we need to save for the actual, as we get closer, when we actually really start marketing it. But until then, all I can tell you is that we're looking at a completely new, and I really haven't seen anyone else in this kind of space do a layout and a conference the way we're looking to do this. So I'm really, really excited about how this is going to look and work. And I think everybody will be, it'll also be more engaging and allow people to have a kind of a closer experience, even with a keynote. So I'm really pumped on how it's going to go.
Nice. Some people are asking about dates. Have we established the dates already?
Yes. The dates are October. Let me just kind of tell you, and I think they're on when you go to that slide, and I apologize, we should have put that in here. So October 21st, 22nd, and 23rd.
Got it. So let me just throw that. Oh, I can't, but actually I could put it on a banner real quick.
Yeah.
So we've got October 21st to the 23rd.
Correct. Let me just kind of, is that what I got? Yes. Yeah. So what will end up happening is that on Sunday, the 20th, is when that VIP Plus will check in. On Sunday, October 20th, VIP Plus will check in. And then they'll leave. They'll check in that evening. We'll have some kind of special session. And like I said, it's going to be a much smaller, more intimate setting. Co-founders and the leaders within HighLevel, 50, 75-ish, something around there. And then Monday, the 21st, is whenever that group of VIP Plus members will wake up that morning, have breakfast, we'll leave and go off-site, and then we'll come back Monday, the 21st in the evening, just in time for the VIP networking party that kicks off the whole summit for everybody. And that will go on Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday.
Awesome. Cool. Well, that pretty much wraps it up. Again, we wanted to hop on as early as we could to give folks a chance to make sure they lock down their ticket so that we don't have the same scenario next year where people are flying in from other countries and getting turned away at the door. Hopefully everybody has that URL. Yeah, the 24th. So Celeste just slacked me. It's the 21st to the 24th, not the 23rd.
Yes,
So
yes. Sorry, yeah. I said Thursday, but that's the 24th. Yes.
the 21st to the 24th of October are the dates in Dallas at the Statler. And I will say you should get your room at the Statler.
Yes.
Wait, right? Because we'll give you a special link.
Give you a special link. Yes, that will come. We're just everybody that's getting this is so far ahead of the curve right now.
Yeah.
That we'll end up following up with as we get a little closer. We have a room block and so forth, but we'll end up getting you a special link that will allow you to get the block.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled for that because you don't want to miss on the opportunity to be in the hotel. I heard a lot of people say this was amazing, but it would be even better if I were staying at the Statler. So after you get your ticket, we will send you the room block link as soon as we have it so that you can get your room at a discounted rate in the Statler. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. If you were there this year with us, thank you for coming. If you're coming next year, we cannot wait to see you. It's going to be bigger, better, even more incredible somehow, but I know that it will. And hopefully you have the link. It's on the screen. Get your tickets as soon as you can. And yeah, we'll talk to you soon with more updates. Any other final thoughts, Wesley?
No, we're just super excited. And like I said, the key thing is just realize we're just not wanting to have a repeat where people were locked out and trying to get in. So hopefully this gives everybody that opportunity.
Awesome. All right. You've got the URL. Hopefully we'll see you there. Bye, everyone.
Bye.